In a world where one woman tries to start a podcast,
how will I ever do this on my own?
She thought she would have to get expensive equipment.
What? I can do all of this on a free app?
She thought she would have to find creation tools all over the internet.
You mean it can all be contained in an app on my phone and computer?
She thought she would have to do all her own distribution.
You mean to tell me this app is going to send it to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and all those other platforms for me?
She thought she would never make any money.
I don't have to wait for a minimum listenership to monetize?
She thought that she would have to find all kinds of different equipment and pieces.
But I'm going to download this free Anchor app and get started today.
Visit Anchor.fm and download the free Anchor app to be just like her, the ultimate podcaster.
Hello and welcome to the Lou Review. This is Rosa and I'm here with my husband Richard.
Hey.
And we are going to talk to one of our new friends. Her name is April Kaelin. We are branching out from food to talk about other small businesses in Louisville because there are so many different things that are special in this area, and to just keep it at food would just be doing everything a disservice. So April is a massage therapist and she has her own business, so we wanted to ask her some questions about how she got started with that.
All right, first of all, what is the name of your business and how can people get a hold of you?
The name of the business is ARC, A-R-C, Intuitive Bodywork. I chose that name because it's my mom's initials. And
that's
the
special.
arc of light kind of connotation.
Aww.
The website is www.arcintuitivebodywork.com. My phone number is 502-650-6849. They can call or text.
Direct
Or go
messaging.
online. Yep.
Yes.
Right. So, April, how long have you been working as the CEO of Arc Intuitive Bodywork?
I registered the business name last year right as the pandemic hit.
Oh, yeah. Were you doing it before then?
Massage
Under a different
therapy?
name?
Yes.
But that felt like great timing, didn't it?
That was fantastic. Yes, I worked at River City Therapeutic Massage with my friend Carrie, and for tax purposes, we kept business names separate, and for a couple of years, I just worked under that name, but for tax purposes, I was just April Kaelin, licensed massage therapist, so I needed my own business name, so that's what I came up with.
Yeah, I like it. I think it's very personal, so that makes it special.
So, after shutting down once or twice, you're back open and you're going strong, right?
Mm-hmm. We are.
And what kind of services do you offer to people?
Massage therapy, body work for people who are in pain or just want to relax. There are lots of injuries that we can treat with massage therapy, and also do some energy work, similar to Reiki, if people are familiar with Reiki.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I have gone to April many times for massages at this point.
I've gone once.
Yes. And so I don't have to worry about Richard running around on me because he's not going back to April, and I can't stay away from April. So I don't know. If she can't steal him from me, nobody can. So I am really impressed with when I come to your studio, just how therapeutic you set the tone, and you've really infused your intention of loving everybody into your work in a very professional way, but in a very relaxing way. Like, I've been to massage studios that were like, multiple people worked there. It was very much like you felt like you were a case, not necessarily a person. And I feel like when you were doing your work, like, I feel like that you mean well for me, and so I feel like that really contributes to the experience, and that's something that not every place can offer, because if it is more of a transactional thing, then it's not as truly healing of an experience. So that's one reason I wanted to feature April on our podcast, because I can 100% vouch that she provides a unique experience.
I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Absolutely. So, speaking of unique experiences, I don't want to get into all of the horror stories that I'm sure you can come up with from years of working in massage therapy, but I do want to ask, for our listeners, especially anybody who has never been to a massage therapist before, and is nervous about it or anything like that, what are the best, give us your elevator pitch for why somebody should seek out massage therapy or seek out Reiki or seek out the services that you provide. What do you do for people that an ibuprofen doesn't do?
I think massage therapy for me has elevated wellness to a level that ibuprofen can't touch.
Because you've tried that.
Yeah, I lived on ibuprofen for several years. I think when I was 28 years old, I woke up every morning in pain. I had
28.
When I was 28, I woke up every morning.
So last
my
year.
whole body hurt. Yeah, last year. It's been about
Oh, wow.
14
It's been a
years, give or
Don't worry
take.
about that. Don't worry about that.
Years.
Anyway, I'm much older now than 28,
But you're
and
not
I have no
waking up with
pain. I get up in the morning, and the only thing that has changed with that was about 6 months into massage school, I realized that my left shoulder that hurt every day. I had an orthopedic surgeon tell me that I was probably going to have it replaced fairly young.
Oh, wow.
Probably
And you
before
still
I
went
turned
into
40.
massage therapy.
I went into massage therapy. I just felt like it was a calling and like I was on the right path once I went to school. I mean, I almost vomited in the parking lot of the school when because you have to take your shirt off the very first day of class and massage each other, you know. So I almost didn't make it in there. But once I did, I felt like this huge sense of relief because I was on the right path. And I love helping people feel better and find their path to wellness. Even if massage is just a small part of it, when you feel better after your massage, it encourages you to exercise and drink more water and stretch. And you just... it gets the ball rolling, I think.
Wasn't
for
it like a
people who haven't done
Yoplait
it.
commercial that's like, start with one good change and
Right.
then you do like 10 more in the day and it keeps like the person picks up water over a soda and then they like take the stairs over the elevator and then like, because you started the day with Yoplait.
Right. So start your day with massage, is what I'm saying.
And you and your partner, you exchange massages for each other, right?
Oh,
Is that-
yeah, we do, yeah.
You trade so that this is not just something you do for other people. This is something that you continue to benefit from.
I get 4 to 6 massages a month,
Yeah, girl.
along with other self-care things.
You are making me jealous. Stop it. My goodness. I'm going to have to go see you more often.
You gotta keep up
That's
with
right.
the Joneses.
Yeah, I gotta tell you, one reason I'm so fanatical about this woman is I have been developing kind of TMJ on particularly one side of my face, and it was making it hard to chew. And as someone who is reviewing a lot of restaurants and food and talking on a podcast, if I'm trying to talk and my jaw is popping and I can't open my mouth all the way, like, that is a profound problem. And so I started coming to you, what was it, February or March, I guess. So it's been a few months.
I saw you one time before that. Yeah.
And then I had to get my HRA paperwork in order. So, because insurance will cover the massage therapy, which is very handy.
Now, that is not every insurance that
Right,
exists.
so check with your insurance.
provider.
Yeah.
But more and more...
But she is a licensed professional that qualifies.
More and more insurance companies and HRAs and all of them are recognizing the benefits that a massage therapist can provide and would much rather you guys pay her, a X amount of dollars a month than go pay the orthopedic surgeon to replace your whole jaw.
Yeah, exactly. And so, sorry, I got sidetracked from my reason for raving. So now both sides of my face feel like equally loose, and that swelling on the side of my face has gone down, and it doesn't hurt every day. And so I still sleep with a bite guard so that I'm not grinding my teeth, which I think was irritating it, but it was not getting better on its own, and taking ibuprofen was not fixing it, Richard. Only April is fixing it. So, personal success story right there.
Yay.
Yeah.
So, obviously, you mentioned already a couple of times how you went through training and that you are a licensed massage therapist. What goes into becoming a licensed massage therapist? What's the process for getting into that?
Well, I went in 2014. I called some different schools and went and visited. The school I ended up attending was Advanced Massage Therapeutics. It was on at the time on Breckenridge Lane. Now they're on Goldsmith Lane.
Mm-hmm.
But I spoke to the owner, and he just impressed me with his knowledge of, all things massage and science, and that started the process. And so January of 2015, I went to school, and school took about a year. There's an anatomy and physiology class that you have to take. And then there are, the massage courses where it was 2 4-hour classes a week. So 8 hours of class a week. For about a year, and we spent about half of that class time working on each other, and then we had to have practice hours outside of school, had to have clients fill out a form with how we did and what we could improve on to try to get our hands on as many bodies as possible. And it was the best learning experience of my life. It was good.
And when you finished, were you able to immediately find a position?
I had to take the NBLEX, which is the certification exam, and then submit my test scores to the Kentucky Licensure Board for massage therapy. They approved it with all of my transcripts and things from school, and then I started working in the office with Carrie, and then I worked at some gyms, a gym downtown and one in Germantown, and worked with PTs and occupational therapists, and different, lots of different places, different experience. I worked at a spa for a little while here in town, so.
Crossing that experience barrier and building up your resume, right?
Nice.
And so what made you say, I'm ready to stop working for other people and start working for myself?
It's just what I wanted to do, and I used to work at I worked at a local hospital here in Louisville, and it just wasn't what I wanted to do anymore. So I left there and worked as many places as I could to get the experience, like I just said, and I always knew I wanted to work for myself, and it was just time.
Nice.
Awesome.
So did they teach you about the business side of things in the massage therapy school, or were they training you to be an employee? Like, how did...
They cover both aspects of it. There's no right or wrong for when you leave school. There were several hours of business learning, but there are definitely we have to do 24. I think right now they're looking to change it, but right at the moment I think it's 24 CE continuing education hours every 2 years to maintain your license. And some of those are business. There's ethics. You have to take ethics every license renewal. You have to have ethics classes, and
in case you forgot.
Right, in case you forget your ethics.
That's gonna fix it if you forgot your ethics. Just that class.
That 3-hour class is gonna make a difference.
Now you're 100% ethical. So, did you have a steep learning curve of things like you were mentioning about for tax purposes, like things you had to learn along the way that you wish you had known going into having your own business?
Yes, the business side of it is definitely not my forte. I hate taxes. I hate paperwork. I just want to, if I could, ideally, I would have a business manager to handle the businessy stuff, because I just want to help people feel better.
Yeah.
And that is such a common story. People going into the career field that they love, not because they love managing a business, but because they love massage therapy, or they love making coffee, or they love doing whatever, and then having to learn the hard way all of those lessons of, oh right, Uncle Sam is your partner,
right?
Or not you want him to be.
You gotta have his cut.
Yes.
But it sounds like you're starting to thrive with it, aren't you?
Yeah, I think it's going well.
Yeah.
business is picking up. Post-pandemic, people are looking for ways to improve their wellness and incorporate wellness into their daily life. So that has made a big difference, I think.
Speaking of incorporating wellness into daily life, do you have any tips or suggestions for our listeners, our readers? What am I talking about?
I might write a caption.
Maybe. So, as far as things they can do at home to maybe more preventative, if nothing else.
Like treat themselves.
Drink water. Stretch.
Yeah, Richard, stretch. He wants to go work out for 3 hours at a time, but not stretch before or
Stretching
after.
is
And
so
he's like,
important.
I'm so sore. Give me all the ibuprofen.
Stretching is so important. And there are some passive stretches that we do in massage therapy, but that's good nutrition, meditation for your mental wellness has made a huge difference for me. And, seeking support as far as supportive friends and mentors and having those good, asking for help, having a good community to draw from.
And then, obviously, incorporating massage therapy is the right call for some people. But I suspect, and you can tell me if I'm completely wrong if you want, but I suspect that you have clients who come to you and want you to fix everything in the first try, or expect that they don't have to change anything else about their life and behavior, and you'll just fix it all. And then, like, some of them have more recovery than others. Have you started to notice patterns or trends as far as, like, people who are getting more out of getting massage therapy, what they do differently?
Getting more out of it. With changing their
As
other
opposed
behaviors.
to the difference between me and Richard.
Who went once, was like, that felt kind of good, and then never went again.
Yeah, and then I'm like, I ain't gonna stop going, Richard. Don't try to take away my April time.
I think making it a routine is super important. I've noticed my clients who come back week after week, or even if you come weekly or bi-weekly at first, every person's different. No, you are not going to get the same massage that Richard gets, or vice versa, because everybody's muscles are different and they need different.
Like, not everybody gets the same facial massage that I did, because not everybody has a rigid face. But
everybody has, TMJ disorder. Yeah, so
exactly.
It is pretty common though. But that's what were we saying?
Well, you were saying the difference between, like, who benefits and the speed of benefit. But I also want to point out, you kept asking me every week, like, how do you feel like this compares to when you started, and how do you feel compared to last week? And I think for like 4 sessions, I was like, I just feel really relaxed afterwards, but I really couldn't really tell a difference. And then, like, the 5th week, I was like, whoa, I feel like it's really reset. And so it's like, it just had to be, my muscles had to be taught how to relax consistently, and then it maintains better. Hey, one thing at a time. I mean, maybe she's just got to work me out muscle by muscle, and then maybe my brain will figure it out.
We need a lot of weeks for Rosa. We need a lot of weeks.
Just so many weeks. So many weeks.
Yeah, I think making it part of your routine is huge. It makes a huge difference. It has for me. I know we got out of the habit of trading. Carrie and I tried to trade, once a month or twice a month. And then with the whole COVID pandemic, all of that stuff, we didn't see each other for several months. And I know when we got back into trading, and then I trade with 2 other phenomenal ladies as well. So I'm always getting a massage. People are like so envious of my life. I love it. Not that people are envious, but I love my life right now, and I want to be an example for everybody.
To clarify, she's also giving out more massages than anyone you know.
I am giving a lot of massage these days.
Hey, reciprocity cannot be undersold.
Right.
Okay. Like, how much have we been talking about the importance of tradings for mutual benefit? So, yeah.
Right. So, I mean, I think the people who make it a routine get the most benefit from it. Somebody who comes, I have some clients who will come and see me when they hurt their shoulder or when their knee hurts. Typically men. And so I work on them maybe 3 times in a week for a couple of weeks, or maybe once a week for a couple of weeks. And then injury feels better and I don't hear from them for 6 or 8, 12 months, you know. I have several clients who do that. They just come as needed.
The guy's saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Right. And that's totally fine. But every time they come in, they have they're like, well, you know, you can do full body, but just focus on my left knee or whatever the issue is. And it's like their neck is jacked up and their feet are hurting and there are all these other things. And if they were doing at least monthly, you know, if they were doing some sort of maintenance massage or
stretching,
yoga or stretching or something to take care of themselves, they wouldn't feel as bad, because you can get in that pattern of feeling bad being your normal,
and just think this is my life now,
right? And then that leads to, you know, all sorts of other things.
It's true.
All right. Well, April, do you have any final words for our listeners that you want to share as far as pieces of advice you've noticed from working with all the people that you've worked with?
I just think making wellness a priority is super important.
An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure.
Exactly.
There you go.
That's
That's
Ben
good
Franklin.
words. Good words. I bet he stole that from somebody.
Probably.
No, he's traded.
Yeah, there we go.
And this, you guys, is the Lou Review. So find you a massage therapist if you can in Louisville. And if you don't know of another one, you should definitely
One
just
more
come
time,
to April.
the name and location and phone number.
Arc Intuitive Bodywork. We're on Lower Brownsboro at 2843 Brownsboro Road. And the website is www.arcintuitivebodywork.com.
All right. And we'll see you in the next episode. Thanks for listening.
Thank
Bye.
Peace.
you.